Hello, I'm David Brooks. I'm joined by Gail Collins. We are both columnists for the New York Times.
Right.
We have both run marathons faster than Paul Ryan and Sarah Palin. And we both partake in something called The Conversation, which we do normally on Wednesdays during the conventions constantly, it seems, online
We're
and in
never
print.
apart. It's wonderful.
And we have moved on foot from Tampa to Charlotte, and we're now in the Democrats. And you're looking more comfortable here, I have to say. And so we're about to see a great show. And what are you looking for?
I have to admit, I was sort of more excited about the seeing of the Republicans because I didn't actually know what would happen. I guess our only excitement is, will any of these people, most of whom we have seen for years and years and years, be different than their normal personages in this event? That would be interesting, I guess.
Yeah, well, they've limited Joe Biden to 13 seconds on Thursday. Normally, the vice president gets the day before the presidential nominee.
But Bill Clinton
not this
pushed
time.
him
Bill
out.
Clinton
Yeah.
has pushed him out. Not the first time Joe Biden has lost out to Bill Clinton in certain things in the war for attention. There's Bill Clinton himself.
How long will he talk?
How long will he talk? Will he let the Obama people know what he's going to say and how much will be about himself? And then Michelle Obama. And then the whole concept of should they do the stadium again? It's been raining here ferociously in the afternoons, and I'm a little dubious about the stadium.
Boy, I would take this as a good excuse not to do the stadium. I don't understand the stadium business at all. I mean, the whole Greek Pillars thing was somewhat unfortunate last time, but the stadium was full and everybody was excited. No way it's going to be full now, and there's rain. And if there's anyone listening who's planning this, don't do it. Come here to the convention.
I heard
It'll
the
be
senior,
fun.
he was on the record, John Messina, the senior Obama person, said they were, quote, excited about the stadium.
Don't be excited about the stadium. It's not to be excited about.
And I think they've actually built a mountain for him to come down from.
And then he'll run around the stadium until he makes 3 miles.
Yeah.
And
And so where are we? How do you think the huge bounce out for the Republicans?
No, I think weenie bounce at best, don't you? Just a little hop maybe out of the Republicans.
You look at Gallup and nothing. Very little. The Obama people were saying there would have been no effect out of the first convention. Have we exhausted this? Our colleague Joe Nocera in today's paper said that these things, first they were for selecting the candidate. That's no longer here. Now they're for supposedly getting a bounce, making your case. That no longer seems to obtain.
And most of it is done off for the benefit of us and for nobody, no one ever. I mean, there should be 2 hours of it. One night, 2 hours. The first hour you can show movies or let a celebrity talk to an inanimate object, whatever you want. Second hour, the 2 people give their speeches.
Okay,
That's
so
it.
Barack Obama's going to present us with his big idea. What he wants to do.
I like your idea
years.
of the big idea. The one about how he was going to do global warming for the
He's
entire...
been saying that. That's what I got that from him. They asked him, what are you going to do for the next 4 years? And one of the things he says, he talks about nuclear nonproliferation and global warming. And if he wants to do it, fine, do it. But tell us what he's going to do.
That's an evil Republican plot. I mean, really, they're not going to do that. They'll never get it done. They couldn't get it done before.
Okay,
They're
I
not
sort of
gonna do
agreed
that
with you,
one.
but he brought it up. So the second big idea is middle class.
Right.
And so, in my view, there are 2 approaches to the middle class on the Democratic side. The wimpy moderate approach, which is like a few student loans and a few tax breaks, which is fine. I'm for all that stuff, infrastructure spending, but it really doesn't get you there. If you think wages have been stagnant for 20 years, you need something pretty major. You need to strengthen unions. You need to redistribute money.
That's true.
These are pretty big policies, and so that would at least be a big idea. More liberal than I'd be comfortable with, but it would be a big idea.
It would be a big idea, and at least the wimpy version of this. You may be seeing the wimpy version, the middle-sized version of your big idea at this convention. I wouldn't be surprised.
But do you know why Barack Obama wants a second term, aside from keeping Paul Ryan out of the Naval Observatory, where the vice president lives?
Oh, sure, except, you do want to keep Paul Ryan way far away from the Naval Observatory. But beyond that, he wants to get all the things he started in the first term done. He wants to get Obamacare up and running, which really does, I think, for him, have the key to both reducing entitlement costs and to finally doing something for the fact that nobody's insured in this country. That's huge. He does want to do something about global warming. He wants to do something about getting the economy restructured, infrastructure. A lot of the things that you mentioned he wants to do, and I mean, if the Republicans don't stop him, he will.
Yeah, okay, well, there are things that, I heard him talk about when he was in the Senate, and they're fine. I just don't think they're big enough.
Okay, and Mitt Romney, of course, was big enough.
He has big ideas, which he hid completely.
The secret big ideas.
Okay, well, we are not going to wrap this up here, but probably Thursday. We will be back Thursday for another version of the Charlotte Conversation, and I will see you then, Gail.
See you then.